So today I felt it's time for a new YouTube video, and the timing could not be better because I have to check out in like 25 minutes and then I'm gonna leave this beautiful room. Outside is even cooler, I'll show you. Ta-da! And in this video I want to talk about the way we talk to ourselves, because that's like my biggest issue or pattern that came back during my trip in Australia, is the way I talk to myself. And I already made posts about that because it's such an ongoing process. In France in September I had the same. I felt like I was fat, like I wasn't good enough, like all these judgments and all this criticism towards myself came back up. And it's always so interesting because I always think like, okay, now I healed this, I can like love myself even more, I'm like over it. And then it comes back and it really invites me to look at it again. And now during this trip, especially in Australia, like in Bali at the beginning, I was like searching because we were traveling, we were moving places a lot, so that's also harder to find like your routine. In the end, I really felt like I was getting so strong because I was using my body differently by doing Pilates, by doing body weight workouts instead of lifting and doing like gym stuff, so it's different. And I really felt good. And then, because it's all connected, like I'm a holistic health coach and I really believe that everything just belongs together, so when you start taking care of your body, when you start like exercising, this has such an impact also on your mental health, on how you feel, on your emotions. I came to Australia, which was a big deal for me because I was here 10 years ago. I just can't describe. It's been wonderful to be here again because Australia really feels like a second home to me. And I'm leaving in 2 days back to Belgium. And that actually makes me emotional, but also it feels like the right timing. So it's really weird to feel like this. But yeah, I'm just following my gut as always. Australia, I've been having a hard time. I really started struggling, and every time I looked in the mirror, I thought like, oh my God, Sarah, you look like fat and whatever. And you can really make yourself so unhappy just by your thoughts. Like, I invite you to really be aware of the way you're thinking and the way you talk to yourself, because this has such an impact. Like, mindset and the way we talk to ourselves really can like make or break us. We are our own worst critic. I want to like give a little side story because I'm wearing this shirt and that was such a cool story. So I went to a market just because my feeling said like, oh, I really want to go there. So okay, I went to the market. And there was this guy who has a local brand in Australia, and he wants to spread like mental health awareness through his own designed art and clothing. So I started chatting with him and I ended up buying this shirt because I really, I have to support others, like people on the same mission. I have to have their back. After the market, I started following him on Instagram, and a few days later, he posted something that he wanted to do a photo shoot and he was looking for models. And I was like, oh my God, yes, I'm gonna do that. So without thinking, I just replied like, yeah, I want to, obviously be part of that. And then I was getting ready for the shoot. And that was in the time that I was like really being hard on myself. And I had these thoughts like, oh my God, what did I do? Like, I'm not in my normal shape and I'm gonna do a shoot. Like, what was I thinking? I'm gonna look so terrible in those pictures. And those were the thoughts that I had before this shoot. I mean, how awful is that? That is something that I would never say to a friend of mine. So why would I talk to myself like that, And I was becoming very aware of that. And I had like this conversation inside my head, and I was like, no, I'm looking awesome. I'm gonna nail this shoot. I'm gonna help this guy. I want to be part of this, and I'm not gonna stop myself. Because when you have these kind of thoughts, I could also like just text him and say, oh, sorry, I'm not gonna make it, or some other excuse to back out, and then miss this amazing opportunity. So sometimes when you don't have like the courage, or when you're talking that badly to yourself, it really has an impact on your life. And that's what I want to do with my online course, to guide you to not miss this kind of opportunities, to just go for whatever you want, for the life that you want, and to not hold yourself back, to not make yourself so small, because you deserve this. You also deserve these kind of like awesome opportunities. Because I went to the shoot, it was amazing, we had such a laugh, and also the other guy who was there at the shoot, we had such a nice vibe, like also then with the guy who owns the brand. It was so nice, and we just had like, it was such an amazing opportunity, you know? I was in a photo shoot for a local Australian brand as a Belgian girl. I mean, how awesome is that? Like, I still have chills when I talk about this, you know? And I really want you to grab life, to live your life to the fullest. And that's why I created Discover, because I hear so many times like, oh, Sarah, I want to do what you do, and it's so nice how you're traveling and just going for stuff and just doing all these things. And I'm like, yeah, but you can do that too. You can do that too. And that's what I really like. Also with this video, I really hope this can help you to already like take these first steps. And I really hope that you want to create this life for yourself and to get back into the driver's seat. But it all starts with confidence. It all starts with how you see yourself and how you talk to yourself. I'm not sponsored, by the way, so this is just me supporting someone else, because I really think that we should also be kinder to others, and especially, to ourselves. When I go surfing, for example, and I'm already thinking like, oh my god, I can't do this, la la la, then I'm gonna, unconsciously, you're causing that you're gonna fail, because it's never failing, but you're not gonna succeed the way you actually want to. And that is so powerful to start shifting that. So in my online course in Discover, there's a whole section about mindset, because it's so important. I read a book actually about our brain, and our brain is really good at following commands, but it's not good as a master. So what does this mean? That your brain, you have to like give it really signals and be very aware, and then it will work for you. So if you start going like, oh my god, I'm looking fat, I'm too skinny, I'm not muscular enough, whatever it is that you're struggling with or saying to yourself, then you're gonna see that. You're gonna focus the whole time on that. You're gonna focus the whole time on what's not good enough. So you're gonna focus the whole time on the negative. And what's gonna happen, law of attraction, you're gonna attract more of that, because your brain is gonna try to find stuff to prove what you're thinking. So, for example, for me, like I'm thinking, oh my god, I look so fat. And then my brain is gonna look for proof the whole time to prove to myself that the statement I have in my head is correct. So it's really interesting how this works. And I really want with this video to invite you to have a look at your thoughts and to really feel like, okay, what kind of negative thinking and critical thinking am I doing? And how can I shift this today? Because it's really interesting, like when you start shifting. So I started to embrace my body the way it is. Because while I was feeling fat, is because actually I gained a bit of weight. I think I never stand on scales, but I could just tell if I wore my shorts or my clothing that it was different. And it's also because I didn't get my period. So my period, because of all the changes of this big impact for me, mentally, emotionally, your body, your body knows everything, you know? Your body keeps the score. It's a really good book, by the way. Every emotion and everything you deal with, your body will give signals. Your body knows more than we know. So that's why I also work with meditation, with yoga, because it's so important to look at you as a whole person. And yeah, my body was really giving me signals like, okay, there's not like the new beginning is not here yet, or we have to go through some changes. And when I arrived here, so I was already 3 weeks in Australia, and then I came down here and I got my period. And that was so crazy because the timing for me really felt like a new beginning. And your menstruation is like the beginning of a new cycle. And that was so powerful to me. By coming down here, I already set the intention like, okay, I'm gonna nourish myself in the best way I can, because when you have these critical thoughts, you have two options. You listen to them and you follow them, you make yourself unhappy. Or two, you think like, okay, what is it that's underneath and what can I do about it? And in my case, it was actually, pretty simple to just eat the foods that I know are not gonna make me bloated, that I know are good for me, and that I know that just nourish me, in the best ways. And so I did that, and I'm already feeling so much better, also mentally, physically. It's so interesting to feel that and to discover what is good for you, you know? Just by shifting my mindset, you also start attracting the good things. So when I say like, oh, I'm pretty, I look so good, then the way you see yourself is already shifting. Even though in the beginning, sometimes you don't believe it, you sometimes don't see it, but that's the thing, you just have to keep repeating it and keep seeing the positive stuff. And then you're gonna attract more of that, you're gonna see more of that, because then everything starts shifting. Like for me, I already set my intention like, okay, I'm gonna eat good because I feel that I need it. So I started to eat 3 times a day, no snacking, because I know that that's what makes me out of my routine. So I really stick to it. I kept also like doing my workout. I went to the gym a few times. This morning at 6 a.m. I went to yoga, and it feels amazing. And mentally, I feel so much stronger. I feel back into my power again. And I really want you to feel that way too, because I know what it is to be in that spiral and to think that you're not good enough, whatever it is that we always tell ourselves. And I really hope that you can see the beauty inside of you, because you are beautiful, and I really want you to see that. So if you could use some help with your mindset, with your nutrition or whatever, check out my website. I have an ebook. It's currently in Dutch only, but I have an ebook about nutrition. So what it is that I do, all my tips and tricks to really, give my body like the best treatment. In my online course, I'm guiding you towards, creating your own path, creating the life that you want, and following your intuition. But everything starts with confidence. And how do you build confidence? By choosing yourself, by thinking positive, by taking actions to support yourself, to uplift yourself. And I'm guiding you through all of that in Discover. So if you're ready for that, check out the link below. And also I will put his Instagram underneath so you can have a look. I really hope this video helped you. Feel free to share with other people who can get some support out of this. Feel free to subscribe to my channel because I do this kind of talks when it feels right. And feel free to follow me on Instagram. That would be awesome to connect with you, and give it a like. And I hope to see you very soon.